Hey everybody, hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We had a great time here on the homestead, spending time with family and had all that delicious food that we made together. Speaking of which, if you want to see what it looked like when it's cooked, be sure to check out our Thanksgiving video that we put out. We showed everything after it had come out of the oven to see how lovely it looked. So if you missed that video, be sure to check it out so you can see what they look like finished. Today we are going to be going into Christmas cookies. We're going to make some Andes mint chocolate chip cookies. Let's go and see how they're made. For this recipe, it says to take Andes mints and chop them up, but in my grocery store I have these. So I'm going to use these instead and get them out of my pantry so that we can get going to Alaska next year. Another thing that it calls for in this recipe is to have some mint flavored fudge baking chunks. I don't have access to those here. So what I'm going to do instead is take some dark chocolate chips to substitute for that quantity. And then I'm going to put a little bit of peppermint extract in there to take its place to give that extra mint punch. It won't take much though, since we're using the Andes as well. So let's get started on our recipe. We are going to take our sugars, brown and regular, and our butter. And we are going to cream these together with our mixer. You want the butter to be soft, room temperature, so that it'll actually mix in. I'm going to use my hand mixer today. So my butter isn't quite as soft as I prefer, so I'm going to let it sit by the oven that's preheating for a few minutes to let it soften some more, and then we'll come back and we will cream it together. Let's try this again. I need to add my egg and my vanilla. Add that peppermint extract as well. Okay, let's mix that in real quick and then we'll add our dry ingredients. It says to take our flour and to mix in our baking soda. So I'm just going to give that a quick stir. And we're supposed to slowly add the dry ingredients into the wet. At this point it's getting pretty thick, so I'm going to switch over to my dough hook. Looks really dry, but whenever I pinch it together, it feels moist enough. So I'm going to go ahead and start folding in the chips and maybe use my hands to mix that a little bit better. There's our Andes Mints. These are semi-sweet mini chips. You can use regular size if you want. I'm just trying to get rid of these. And these are the dark chips to substitute for those chunks. And it did say to fold in these chips. I'm going ahead and pushing down with my spatula as well to kind of push in those dry ingredients and the chips into the chunks that are more moist. If I'm not liking the way that this texture is looking by the end, I might add a little milk just to help it to come together a little bit more. It smells really good. I'm just going to add just a little bit because you see how it's all crumbly still. I mean, you can force it to, but that's not what you want to do with a cookie dough. So I'm going to add just a little bit of milk to help that come together. This is 1/4 cup, so we'll start with that. You don't want to add too much and go too moist. I'm going to sprinkle it around so it'll mix in well. And then just do the same thing, kind of fold and push. Do just a little bit more milk, maybe 1/8 cup. It's very close, but it's still not sticking together quite as much as I want it to. That looks a lot better, feels a lot better. More like a chocolate chip cookie dough if you've ever made those, and see how it can actually make a ball without falling apart. That's more what I want to look for. All right, so I'm going to get my cookie sheets and my cookie scoop, and we'll get this onto the trays and get them baked. Slide these into the oven and set the timer, and then fill another tray. It did say to bake these at 375 for 7 to 11 minutes until the edges are slightly golden. It says the centers may appear slightly undercooked, but they'll firm up as they cool. wait for that last tray to come out and then we'll put these in the oven. This is why I have put plastic sleeves on all of my recipes, because cooking can be very messy. And then all I have to do is just wipe that off and my paper is fine. Give this a wipe down so it's clean for next time. Even got cookie dough in my gnome. I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple of cooling racks out for the cookies when they come out of the oven. Let's check on our first batch. Yeah, those are lightly golden on the edge there, so I'll put in the rest of the cookies. Alright, I'm gonna let these set for 5 minutes, and then I'll take a little spatula and put them on the cooling rack. Waiting the 5 minutes lets the cookies kind of set up and solidify a little more before they are moved, and that way they don't fall apart on you so much. Look at that, it looks gorgeous. Alright, we'll let these set up for 5 minutes and then we'll pull them off of the cookie sheets as well. Alright, I think I'm going to take this one and do a taste test and see if our mint is on point. Wow, that looks so yummy. Yeah, that's really good. And that adding that extra peppermint gave it just a little bit more of a punch than just doing the Andes mints themselves. That is really good. So if you like Andes mints and you want a mint chocolate chip cookie, I highly recommend this recipe. It was really easy to make and it tastes delicious. I hope you enjoyed hanging in the kitchen with me as I started my first Christmas cookie recipe for this season, and I hope to see you in the kitchen again next week. Have a blessed day.